Okay, so welcome to today's mat class. We're going to start this practice standing. So just find a spot to stand where you feel solid and stable. If you like, go ahead and close your eyes here and just check in. Notice your body in this space. Bringing your attention into your body right here and connecting to that intention to just be present, to let your attention be in your body, and to give yourself this little bit of time just to take care of you. Now go ahead and put one hand on your belly and the other hand on your chest, and just become aware of your body moving as you breathe. Notice that every time you inhale, your rib cage expands, maybe your belly pushes out a little bit. And every time you exhale, your abdomen contracts gently, your rib cage relaxes. Take a few breaths like this. Inhale, expanding through your rib cage, relaxing your belly. Exhale, contracting through your abdomen, relaxing your rib cage. Maybe one more breath, just like that. All right, now let your arms come down by your sides. You can have your eyes opened or closed, whatever feels good. But go ahead and let your arms hang down by your sides. Point your thumbs towards your legs here to start. On your next inhalation, you're going to rotate your thumbs forward and then out to the sides and as far back as you can, stretching across your chest. When you exhale, come back to that starting position. So repeat this movement the entire time you inhale, rotating your thumbs out to the sides and back. The entire time you exhale, coming back to that starting position. Do this a couple more times. You follow the speed of your breath. Don't wait for me. Just opening up across your chest, warming up those shoulders. Let's do one more like that. All right, now let your arms relax. Maybe roll those shoulders a little bit. Feel how crunchy you are today. Now for this next move, you can stay facing the way you are. We're just going to reach the arms out in front of your chest and really reach forward here. Try and stretch that spot between your shoulder blades. Maybe tuck your chin just a little bit. Now your elbows can be bent. On your next inhalation, you're just going to open your arms wide away from each other, stretching across your chest. Maybe lift your chin a little. When you exhale, really reach forward, tucking your chin. So repeat this movement the entire time you inhale, opening wide. The entire time you exhale, reaching forward. If it feels okay, do this a couple more times. Just finding that rhythm that feels right in your body. Okay, maybe one more. Exhale, reaching forward, stretching between your shoulder blades, and then let your arms come down and roll those shoulders again. All right, now I have one more move for your arms. If your shoulders have had enough, you can rest. But if you can, on your next inhale, you're just going to reach your arms out to the sides, reaching up toward the ceiling as high as you can. I'm reaching all the way off the camera. When you exhale, bring your arms all the way back down. So if you don't have a lot of space, you can adjust your body however you need. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, reaching out to the sides and down. Let's do two more. You know the move. Take up the space. Okay, one more time. And then let your arms relax, resting down by your sides. Roll those shoulders one more time. And just feel all that circulation down through your arms, through your fingertips. Now, good news. We're going to come down into a seated position from here. If you like, you can grab a cushion or a blanket as you come to sit on the floor. Take your time, set yourself up. You can even pause the video if you need to. But as you come into this seated position, if you can, take your legs out in front or in front of you here to start. Keep your knees bent. Did you see my brain working there? Sorry, folks. All right, so keep your legs out in front of you. Bring your hands to the floor someplace. Now, all we're going to do is squeeze those shoulder blades together behind your back, opening up across your chest. On your next inhale, see if you can lift your chin toward the ceiling. And then when you exhale, tuck your chin. Now, check in with your body here. It really doesn't matter which direction your fingers are going, but you want to feel that little push through your hands, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Lift your chin. When you exhale, tuck your chin. If it feels okay, 2 more, just like that. Inhale, lifting your chin. Exhale, tucking your chin. Let's do 1 more. And then tuck your chin. As you tuck your chin, you're going to bring your hands to your legs, round your back, reaching forward just as far as it feels good. And then slowly sit all the way up. And then you're going to come all the way down onto your back, onto the floor. Now you can get here however you like. But as you come onto your back, bend your knees so that your feet are flat on the floor. Arms are down by your sides to start. All right, just find that spot where your low back feels supported here. You might really be feeling those hips a little bit. So we're going to start with taking care of those hips. Go ahead and open your feet a little wider than hip distance away from each other. Just letting your arms rest down by your sides. On your next exhalation, twist both knees to the right, turning your chin left. Now when you inhale, you're going to untwist. Knees and chin toward the ceiling. And then exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, untwisting. So just follow that rhythm. You're not forcing the movement, but we're trying to open up that space across your hips. Inhale, untwisting. Alternating from side to side. Just find the rhythm that feels good. Connecting to your body here. Let's do 1 more time on each side. If you're going faster than me, that's okay. Just be purposeful. Really paying attention. All right, the next time you bring your knees up from the left side, let your knees and your chin stay up toward the ceiling. And then you're going to bring both feet in towards your chest. Hold the backs of your legs here. Hold behind your knees. All right, and your knees are going to stay bent. Try and relax your shoulders here so your low back feels totally supported. On your next inhalation, you're just going to open your knees wide away from each other. And then when you exhale, bring your knees all the way back together. So repeat this movement. Inhale, knees go wide. Exhale, knees come together. Take your time, feeling your body. Try and pace your movement to match the speed of your breathing. Let's do 2 more, just like that. Inhale, opening your knees wide. Exhale, bringing those knees together. Maybe 1 more time, opening your knees wide. Now, if you can, keep your knees wide here. Keep breathing. What we're going to do is just straighten those legs. So when you inhale, straighten your legs out in a big V toward the ceiling. And then when you exhale, go ahead and bend your knees again. So try and match your breath. Inhale, straightening. Exhale, bending. Maybe 2 more. Just paying attention. You don't even have to straighten your legs completely, but just feel that little bit of action. Let's do 1 more. All right, the next time your knees are bent, keep your knees bent. Set your feet back down onto the floor and adjust your hips, adjust your back, and check in, okay? Now, arms can rest wherever you like. We're still kind of focusing on those legs, your hips. This time we're only moving the right leg. So start by bringing your right knee in towards your belly. On your next inhalation, you're going to straighten that right leg down your mat, like you're dragging your heel down your mat. And then when you exhale, bend your knee all the way back in towards your belly. It's just that movement. So as you inhale, you're straightening your legs straight down along the floor, feeling that little muscle across your hip flexor working here. Try and keep your hips stable so there's not a lot of wiggle. We're just focusing on moving this one leg. Connecting to your breath here. All right, the next time your leg is straight out onto the floor, let your leg rest on the floor. Take a breath. Again, feel your hips solid and stable here. Now on your next exhalation, you're just going to lift that right leg straight up toward the ceiling, pushing out through your heel, flexing your foot. When you inhale, point your toes, lowering that leg straight down to the floor. Now repeat this movement. Exhale, lifting. Inhale, lowering. Can we do 2 more? If you can't, that's okay. Pay attention to what your body needs here. Maybe don't lift as high. If you're feeling strong, we're going to do 1 more time. Exhale, lifting. And then lower that right leg straight down to the floor. Let your leg rest on the floor. Feel how heavy your leg got. Take a breath. Now your legs are going to kind of stay in this position. If you can, move your left foot to the left a little bit. And then move that right leg towards your left foot someplace. We're aiming to get a little stretch on the outside of that right hip. But only go as far as you can keep both hips, both butt cheeks flat on the floor. All right, now your hips are going to stay in this position. We're focusing on that right arm. So on your next inhalation, raise your right arm all the way to the floor above your head. Feel that big, long stretch down the side of your body. When you exhale, bring your right arm all the way down by your side. Now you can reach out to the side and down if you have enough room. But if your shoulder's feeling really cranky, just find the range of motion that feels right for you today. Remember that this time is about taking care of you. So just repeat this movement, finding that range that feels good, finding that space in your body. All right, now we're going to do that arm movement again. We're going to add the head turn. So when you inhale, raise your arm toward the floor above your head, chin toward the ceiling. When you exhale, sweep your arm out to the side and down, turning your chin to the left. So let's do it again. Inhale, raising your arm to the floor above your head, chin toward the ceiling. Exhale, sweep your arm out to the side and down, turning your chin to the left, finding that stretch across the side of your neck. Let's see if we can do 2 more. Again, if your shoulders had enough, just do the head turn. Finding the action your body needs here. Let's do 1 more. Now, the next time your arm is up alongside your head, sorry if I missed you. Keep your arm up alongside your head. Take a breath here. Try and find that big stretch down the side of your body. Finding that space. When you exhale, just pull your belly button in a little bit. Imagine you're flattening your back toward the floor. Take a breath or 2 here. Just opening up that space. Something that feels good. All right, now you're going to bring that right arm all the way back down by your side. And then set your right palm onto the floor by your hip, turning your chin to the left 1 more time. Hang out here, finding that big stretch along the side of your neck, the top of your shoulder, someplace you can breathe. Now relax your arm. Let your head come back to center. Bend both knees and walk your feet back to the center. When you get to that center spot, you should feel a little crooked. So adjust your hips, adjust your back, however you need. All right, now you stay where you are. I'm going to rotate, and that way you can recover for just a moment before we do your left leg. So, both knees are bent to start. Go ahead and bring your left knee in towards your belly. Now, if you remember, we're just straightening that left leg down your mat as you inhale. Bringing your knee back in towards your belly as you exhale. Repeat this movement. Inhale, straightening. Exhale, bending. Let's do 2 more. Just nice and easy. Feeling your hip, trying to keep your hips stable. So you're just feeling that work through your left leg. Okay, 1 more time. Straighten your left leg down your mat, and then let your leg rest on your mat. Take a breath. Again, feel your hips solid and stable here. On your next exhalation, you're just going to lift that left leg straight up toward the ceiling, pushing out through your heel. When you inhale, point your toes, lower that leg straight down to the floor. Now we're going to repeat that movement. So when you exhale, lift your legs straight up toward the ceiling. Inhale, lowering your legs straight down to the floor. Can we do 2 more? If you've had enough, you rest, but pay attention to what your body needs. Controlling the movement. Okay, if you can, 1 more time. Exhale, lifting your leg. Inhale, lower your leg straight down to the floor and just let your leg rest on the floor. Take a free breath. Let all this relax. Feel the effect. Feel how heavy your leg got. All right. Now, if you can, you're going to move your right foot to the right a little bit. And then maybe bring that left leg to the right just enough that you get a tiny little stretch on the outside of your hip. Both hips are pressing evenly into the floor. That bent knee is toward the ceiling. And then legs can relax here. All right, you're going to focus your attention over on that left arm. On your next inhalation, raise your left arm to the floor above your head. The entire time you exhale, bring your arm maybe out to the side and down alongside your body, only if it feels good. So paying attention. Inhale, reaching toward the floor above your head. Exhale, reaching out to the side and down. Let's do it 1 more time, just the arm. Finding that range of motion. Maybe you lift your arm away from the floor a little bit. Opening up that space. Okay, now we're going to add the head turn. So again, moving your arm, lifting your arm toward the floor above your head, chin toward the ceiling. When you exhale, at the same time, sweep your arm out to the side and down, turning your chin to the right. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, raising your arm to the floor above your head, chin toward the ceiling. Exhale, sweeping your arm out to the side and down, turning your chin to the right. 1 more time, raising that arm to the floor above your head, and then we're going to stay there. So just hang out. Find that big stretch down the side of your body, someplace that feels good. When you exhale, really pull your belly button in, flattening your back toward the floor. When you inhale, maybe press out through the sole of your foot, reaching out through your left fingertips. Exhale, just pulling that belly button in. Let's do 1 more breath right here, finding that space. All right. Now you're just going to bring that left arm back down by your side, however you like. Press your left palm into the floor by your hip and turn your chin to the right here. See if you can find that stretch along the side of your neck now. Breathing however you need. All right, now relax your arm. Let your head come back to center. Bend both knees and walk your feet back to the center. Adjust your hips. Adjust your back. And then bring both knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs, maybe rock a little bit. Just let the floor massage your low back here. If you're feeling frisky, you can lift your head up towards your knees, curling yourself up into a little egg. And then set your shoulders and your head back down onto the floor. Set your feet back down onto the floor. All right, now you're going to bring your feet close together. So your big toes are touching each other, your heels are together. Arms get to rest wherever you like. All right, on your next inhale, we're just going to open those knees wide away from each other, stretching the inside muscles of your legs. When you exhale, bring your knees all the way together. Now, as you open your knees wide, maybe feel that little arch in your back, pushing your chest toward the ceiling. And then when you exhale, bring your knees together. Try and flatten your spine toward the floor, really pulling that belly button in. Do this a few more times. Just finding the rhythm that feels good for you. The entire time you inhale, knees go wide. The entire time you exhale, knees come together. Okay, one more time. Open your knees wide away from each other. Now let your knees stay wide here. Maybe bring the soles of your feet together. And just take a breath. This is a passive stretch. Gravity is doing all of the work here. Now your legs are going to stay in this position. I want you to focus on your glutes. So on your next inhalation, just clench your glutes. Squeeze your butt cheeks tight. As you exhale, slowly relax. See if you can control the movement. So the entire time you inhale, you're clenching. The entire time you exhale, you're relaxing. Let's do it again. Clenching both butt cheeks tight. This time, if you can, keep clenching. Keep breathing. Just feel that strength through your glutes. Now, if you can, see if you can just relax that right butt cheek. Keep the left side squeezing tight. Keep breathing. Now you're going to tighten that right side and then slowly relax the left. Make sure you're breathing. Now clench your left butt cheek too, and then slowly relax both butt cheeks at the same time, releasing that tension until it all falls away. All right. Now we're going to let those hips relax. What I want you to do now is bring your knees halfway toward each other and hold your legs here. Just feel that little bit of work on the inside muscles of your legs. We did a big stretch. We want to bring the muscles back to neutral. So bring your knees just a little bit closer together and hold your legs here. Keep breathing however you need. And then bring your knees a little bit closer together, not quite touching. Breathing. And then bring your knees all the way together. Now, as you bring your knees together, soles of your feet are flat on the floor. Keep your legs close together. Gently press your feet into the floor here. At the same time, squeeze your knees together, just that little bit. So keep pressing your feet into the floor. Keep squeezing your knees together, flattening your low back, someplace you can breathe. We're going to add one more piece. See if you can press the back of your neck toward the floor. Give yourself as many chins as you can breathe around. Now relax your neck. Relax that back, relax your legs, bring your knees in towards your chest. Hands could be on your legs wherever you can reach. And I'm just going to have you take your knees in big, slow circles here. So the idea with this movement is to release any tension through your hips, to get that little massage from the floor on your low back, your sacrum. Breathing however you need. All right, now take your circles in the opposite direction. Again, breathing however you need. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Nice even stretch along your back. And go ahead and set both feet down onto the floor here. So keep your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor. We're going to focus on the arms again. Reach your arms out to the sides. If you don't have very much room, you can always bend your elbows, or you can bring your arms closer to your body, whatever you have space for here. So on your next exhalation, you're just going to raise your arms over your chest. Think about flattening your back toward the floor, pulling that belly button in. When you inhale, open your arms out to the sides, pressing into the floor. Feel your chest lift toward the ceiling. So the entire time you exhale, you're reaching toward the ceiling, flattening your spine toward the floor. The entire time you inhale, opening your arms wide, feeling that space across your chest, your belly. Let's do this a couple more times. Focus on your breath. You go at your speed. Don't wait for me. All right, one more time. Reach toward the ceiling. Now keep reaching toward the ceiling. Keep breathing. If you can, bring your hands palms together. Now you're going to try and keep your fingertips even with each other here. Both hips stay pressing into the floor. We're going to do a little twist. So all you're doing is you're reaching both hands to the right, really extending through your left fingertips, trying to find that stretch behind your left shoulder blade. Breathing however you need. And reach your arms back up toward the ceiling. And then we're going to do the other side. So reaching to the left, extending through your right fingertips here. Find that space behind your right shoulder blade. Notice that I'm bending that bottom arm. Let's do it again. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, reaching across to the right. Take a breath. Inhale, reaching toward the ceiling. Let's do it one more time. Twisting, reaching to the left, reaching out through your right fingertips. Take a breath here. And then reach your arms back up toward the ceiling. Now open your arms out to the sides. Let your arms rest on the floor, palms toward the ceiling if you can. All right, so your arms are going to stay in this position. You're focusing on that right arm. Press the back of your right hand into the floor here. At the same time, press your right elbow to the floor. Press your right shoulder blade toward the floor. Now turn your chin to the left, feeling that stretch, feeling that space all the way from the tips of your fingers across the front of your chest, across the side of your neck. Breathing. Now if you can, keep your chin turning to the left. Rotate that right palm so you're pressing your right palm into the floor now. And notice the difference. Feel the shift in the stretch. Breathing however you need. Now relax your arm. Let your head come back to center. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So reach out through your left fingertips, palms toward the ceiling. Press the back of your left hand into the floor. At the same time, press that left elbow toward the floor. Your left shoulder blade pressing into the floor. Now turn your chin to the right. Finding that space, finding that stretch that feels good in your body. Breathing. If you can, keep turning your chin to the right. Rotate that left palm to the floor. And just notice, feeling the change in the stretch in your body. Still breathing. Now relax your arm. Let your head come back to center. And then you're going to bring your hands across your body to your opposite shoulders. Give yourself a little hug. All right. Now just rock your shoulders, rock your arms from side to side a little bit until your earbuds fall out. All right. Then when you've had enough, come back to the center. I relax so much the earbuds just fall right out. All right. So feel your body. Check in. All right. I've got one more stretch for your hips. Well, two more, really. So take a second. If your hips have had enough, you can rest. If you like, go ahead and cross your right ankle over your left knee, letting that right knee just open up out to the side a little bit. And then if you can, lift that left foot up off the floor. Now reach out and hold your legs wherever you can reach comfortably. Your shoulders are relaxing toward the floor. On your next inhalation, you're just going to straighten that right leg toward the ceiling. When you exhale, bend your right knee in toward your belly. So repeat this movement. Inhale, straightening. Exhale, bending. Pay attention. Don't force it. Just find the space. This is a big stretch for your right hip. If you're feeling it in your knee, maybe back off just a little. Let's do one more bending and straightening. Okay, I lied. You're going to go ahead and bend that right or that left knee. Set your left foot down onto the floor. If you can, keep your ankle crossed though. Keep breathing. You're going to do a little twist. Okay, it's a big twist. So just take both knees to the left as far as it feels good. Arms can rest wherever you like. Let your left knee drop toward the floor. Let your right knee come toward the floor just as far as it feels good. Maybe rest your left hand on your right leg. Now, as you're doing this, it's not just about the legs. Think about keeping that right shoulder toward the floor. If you like, you can even turn your chin to the right, finding that big twist all the way along your spine. Make sure you can breathe. The big action here is gravity's doing most of the work. All you're doing is when you exhale, you're pulling that belly button in. When you inhale, open up across your chest. Let's take one more breath right here. If you've had enough, you come out. I like this one. I could stay here all day. But it's not about me. It's about you. So when you've had enough, untwist. Come all the way back to the center. Set both feet back down onto the floor and adjust your hips. Adjust your back. All right, I'm not going to rotate. We're just going to do the other side. So cross your left ankle over your right knee, letting that left knee open up to the side just a little. If you can, lift your right foot up off the floor, paying attention to your body the entire time, checking in. If this feels okay, on your next inhale, you're going to straighten your right leg toward the ceiling. When you exhale, bend that right knee in toward your belly. Do this a few more times. Inhale, straightening your leg. Exhale, bending your knee. Find the rhythm that feels good. Just feeling your body as you move. One more time, straightening and bending. And then set your right foot down onto the floor. Keep your left ankle crossed, check in. Now you don't have to go very far. Just let both knees twist to the right, only as far as it feels good. Left shoulder still on the floor, your arms can reach out to the sides. So as your knees drop to the right, maybe rest your right hand on your left leg. You can even turn your chin to the left. So you're finding that twist all the way up from your tailbone, all the way up to your neck. And then find that place you can kind of sink into the pose. Gravity's doing most of the work here. When you exhale, you're pulling your belly button in. When you inhale, you're opening up across your chest. So take another breath or two here. If you've had enough before I'm done, please come out. Remember, this is about you. All right, on your next inhale, untwist. Come all the way onto your back. Set both feet back down onto the floor. You should feel a little crooked here. So we're going to do one more balancing thing. Bring both knees in towards your chest. This time, reach your arms in between your legs. You can hold your feet, your ankles, your shins, whatever feels good, but try and relax your shoulders toward the floor once you get there, okay? Keep holding your legs. See if you can just straighten that right leg out to the right side, only as far as it feels good. And then bend your right knee towards your armpit. Now straighten that left leg out to the left side. And then bend your left knee towards your armpit. If you like, straighten both legs out to the sides. Ripping, tearing, shooting, cramping, pain is too far. And then bend both knees towards your armpits. When you've had enough, let go of your legs, set your feet back down onto the floor. Check in. Wow, this was a big hip class, wasn't it? I never know until we get there. So take a minute and notice your body here. If you feel like you need to do one more thing, one more stretch, one more movement, so that your legs can rest comfortably, you take a minute. Pay attention to what your body needs here. You find the place where your legs can rest comfortably. If you like, you can stretch your legs straight out onto the floor or keep your knees bent. You choose. We're just going to do a little breathing practice. So if you like, put one hand on your belly and the other hand on your chest. Close your eyes. Feel your body move as you breathe. As you inhale, feel your rib cage expand, your belly pushing out. As you exhale, feel that contraction through your belly, your rib cage relax. Just take a couple of nice long breaths here, connecting to that movement of your body as you breathe. All right, so we're going to continue breathing. Your eyes can be closed. I'm not doing anything fancy. Let your arms rest wherever it's comfortable, just focusing your attention on your breathing. So what we're going to do is just a conscious contraction of the muscles of your body and then a release. So bring your attention down to your lower abdomen. As you exhale, consciously contract those muscles from your pubic bone to your belly button, all the way from your belly button to your rib cage, pushing the air out of your body. Now when you inhale, see if you can expand through your rib cage first, and then relax down to your belly button, and then relax down to your pubic bone. So take a few breaths. Exhale, contracting from your pubic bone to your belly button to your rib cage. Inhale, expanding from your rib cage first, and then down to your belly button, and then down to your pubic bone. Find that smooth rhythm, taking a few breaths, focusing your attention. Take a couple more breaths, just focusing your attention. If your brain took off to take care of something else, just notice. Now let your breath relax, just flowing in and out however you need. And take a minute. Notice the effect of that little breathing practice in your body, in your breath, in your mind. Continue to let your body rest here, totally supported. Feeling that easy breathing. And bring to mind something that you are grateful for. Could be one thing, could be many things. Take just a moment to recognize the gifts of your life. Fill your mind, fill your awareness with that feeling of gratitude. And imagine that feeling of gratitude is like a light. Every time you inhale, imagine that light filling your body from the tips of your toes all the way up through your feet to your ankles. That light, that feeling of gratitude filling all the way up through your shins and your calves to your knees. Visualize that light filling every nook and cranny, expanding all the way up through your thighs to your hips, your pelvis, your groin. All that space we worked so hard today. Now visualize that light following the path of your spine from your tailbone all the way up along the curve of your low back, up through the center of your back, through that space between your shoulder blades. Imagining that light filling all the way up to the curve of your neck and the base of your head. Now on your next inhale, visualize that light expanding all the way across your back, wrapping around your sides, across your belly, your chest, like a hug. Imagine that light, that feeling of gratitude filling all the way up through the center of your body, in and around all your internal organs there. Imagine that light expanding from the tips of your fingers all the way up through your hands to your wrists, expanding all the way up your forearms to your elbows, and through your upper arms across your shoulders. Visualize that light filling all the way up through your neck and your throat, across the muscles of your face to the very top of your head. Imagining that light filling every nook and cranny of your brain, sinking deep in toward the center of your brain, creating space, creating a clear path. Letting that light come into all that space between your thoughts. Now imagine that light filling your whole body, maybe even expanding beyond the boundaries of your body, so that you are filled and surrounded with that light, connected to that feeling of gratitude. Now begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes again. Maybe stretch your body, opening up any space that feels a little tight from resting on the floor. If you like, bring your knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, and just rock a little bit from side to side here. Letting the floor massage your low back. And then when you're ready, I'm going to have you roll over onto one side. Take your time and take a breath here. Give your body just a moment to adjust. And then we're going to come up into a seated position. You can get there however you like, but try and take your time, noticing how you're moving your body. As you come up into that seated position, just give yourself one more breath. Thank you so much for playing today. Namaste.